So hello and welcome to this quick introduction and tutorial about the program Camera Dockmaster. Camera Dockmaster is a program that allows you to quickly organize your media files from your camera or your phone or from another source into folders by date. So let's get started right away. Right now I just added my SD card from a Sony camera, so I'm gonna add that as a source. I'm gonna call it a name, I say my camera, hit OK, and then look in the folder structure where my camera is. This is my camera, so I'm gonna select folder. Different cameras have different folder structures, and I don't want to copy those over to my archive because they are a maze sometimes. So I know that here are my clips. I also don't want those XML files. I don't need them. I also don't want these files. And if I look here, I know that there are thumbnails folders with photos or images. And the program knows the images and I do not want to include them. So we have to specify that we don't want to include these thumbnails. Let's take a look at the photos. There are two photos here. Well, it's one photo in RAW and a JPEG file. I want to copy those. I want to save those. So let's go back to our thumbnail folders to make sure that we don't include this in the transferring and organizing the files. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to say my camera. Source settings, I do not want to include the thumbnails folder. I'm gonna hit save, so now those files don't get copied over to keep everything clean and organized. I can also drag and drop this to put it on a different spot. And now it's time to add our destination. So I'm gonna call it tutorial. There we go. And then I'm gonna add it. Here, I'm gonna select this folder that I already created where I want my files to be. So now everything is done. We have created a source profile and a destination profile. So next time that we hook up our SD card, we can just select our profiles and start the poster. So let's intend that we did that. I'm plugging in my SD card. I'm gonna say my camera that we just created. I want to copy those files to the tutorial destination. I'm gonna hit start procedure. So right now it's asking me for a title of the day and it shows us 3 thumbnails from that day so you can remember what the day was. I know this was John's birthday. So I'm gonna call it John's birthday. Hit OK. We go on to the next day. So this is me working on school. And I'm gonna hit OK. You can also skip it asking for the titles for this session. So if you know you don't want to do any titles, you can skip that. And you can also say like, I don't want this day at all. So I'm gonna skip transferring this day. But I do want this day, so I'm gonna hit OK. So the next one, this is the concert. I know that, hit OK. And these are photos of a hard drive. This is just from work. I don't need to copy this over to my archive, so I'm gonna say skip transferring this day. Well, as you can see, it's copying all the files. So we can drag in our window or Explorer window and we can see that it already created some folders with the names and the dates like we specified. So here are some videos and you see it's still copying. So depending on the speed of your hard drive, the SD card or your computer, it's gonna take a bit. For the sake of your time, I'm gonna fast forward. Right now you can see the transfer is completed, copied 23 files and there are no duplicates. So we can hit OK. We check our folder, everything is there, all the folder names like we specified with all the files. And that's it. And now it's your time to direct your media to a safe harbor. But if you want to dive into the settings with me, stay for a little bit. All right, we have the settings here up above. We have global settings. So for example, we can change our folder formatting. If I do not want the dashes, I can remove the dashes and we are organizing now the folders with the year, month, and day as the name. I can also change this to the shorter form of year, or I can change it around. I want the day, month, year instead of year, month, day. I can say I want to group it by year. Or I want to say I want it as month and day. So it goes into a year folder, then we see month and day. So you can do whatever you want. Let's go into the file type settings. The program is looking for all these file types. If your file type is not included, you can just add a comma and then dot, for example, braw. And then the program includes the braw file type as well. You can also specify settings specifically for the sources. So if I want to say I want to override the global folder formatting and I want to format the folders for this specific source, so my camera right now, I want to keep the dashes there, so I can say that. Or if I want to include my cam in front of the folder. You can also do that for the destination profile. So you can say if it goes to the tutorial destination, I want to say tutorial, lowercase, and then goes with the year, month, day. Going back to the source settings, if you do not want to copy all the default file types from the global settings, you can specify it here for your source. So if I only want to copy these files for the source and not the braw, I can specify everything I want here. If you have multiple folder formatting rules, like we have set up now, we have our source profile formatting, and we have our destination formatting. You can specify what is the priority. For example, we want the source profile to be the priority, then it takes the folder formatting from the source file and not the destination profile. Now, if you want to copy files and you don't want the program to ever ask you for titles and show the thumbnails, you can also deselect asking for a title, so it doesn't do that anymore. There's one more tip that I have to tell you. You do not have to use this program for media files. You can also use it for example, office files or something to get organized. So if I select the override settings, I can say I do want to organize my doc files. I can say doc.docx or my spreadsheet file. And that's it. So if you need more information or anything else, you can find our contact information on our website. And now it's time to direct your media to a safe harbor. Goodbye.